Hi everybody, this is Joe with Joe's Premium Firewood, bringing another fun-filled, exciting video. This video is my monthly inventory video. I think for today's video, we're going to start with the King of Firewood's inventory. This is what he's got left. If you watch the videos from, even like last week, he had all this area filled up with blocks, and he ended up selling it and trading it to Mike, the boilerwood guy. Our neighbor just lives a few miles away. And then this is all he has left of his split wood. And I'm his #1 customer, and I'll probably be buying all this from him. I think I can get 3 oversized truckloads out of it, maybe. So that's all the King has. But he does now have a MS 460 chainsaw. That was part of the deal. That, and I think $700. I got $100 out of it for bartering the deal, because he's basically my customer. And so now I won't be selling to him because he did that trade. This is what we have up here. These are pieces that are like green or not ready to burn. A lot of that mulberry I don't think's ready, and then some of it's really long. So when I was buying off him, I was throwing a lot of these pieces out. But as you can see, we're pretty low on firewood. So he's donating it to my mom. So, all right, let's go over here. Another nice day. I'll give you a shot of fall colors real quick. Some of you guys like that. Over here is what I call bay #1. This is where I keep my dry, ready to burn wood. There's not very much in here. And I think that oak might need a little bit of time to sit. But this is some of the wood that I split, that Mike and Nicole split, the dynamic splitting duo. And that ash is ready. So I was planning on splitting this today, but man, this ash has been sitting out. We got about 3 inches of rain in the last 2 days, and it's soaking wet. I got to get it split and in there, but it should dry out fairly quick. There's a couple guys coming on Saturday, and they're gonna be with a 12-foot by 6-foot trailer, and they're going to be buying like 1/3 of the load of this dry stuff, and then the other third of the load would be this stuff over here, the semi-seasoned oak that we got from Gary. There is some black locust in there too. I got a question from Back 40 Firewood. You should check out his channel. I know a lot of you guys do already, but he asked me, well, why did I bother stacking if I'm going to sell it? Well, Dan, I wasn't planning on selling it right now, but I really don't have a choice. And like I say with the video I did the other day, that I'm a firewood producer, not a firewood seasoner. I'm starting to send this out with some of that ash, but I need to get more and more ash in, dry, ready to burn stuff, and mix it with this stuff. But this is probably all going to be sold within the next couple weeks. I think it'll be ready to burn in January anyway. So, I mean, and it's really good stuff in here, but there was more in here. But I might not be making these inventory videos if I don't have any inventory. And I got some bundles right here. I got might be a dozen of them there. I usually sell to the convenience store, maybe 10 or 20 over the winter. And I split some of this sassafras that I got from Phil, because it was what I call bundle grade wood. So you can see all that in there. But I need to start thinking about summer and getting some logs in here and doing that. Getting ahead if I can, which I never seem to be able to. Let me set this down. I got a quick story to tell you. All right, I think that's pretty good. I don't know, I'm pretty tall. Go up a little bit more so you can see me. So I just gave a guy a call. He runs a campground, and he can't burn ash because it's controlled by the DNR. And so over at Gary's, if you remember, there's those long cut stuff. It's all oak, or it's mostly oak and maybe some maple, but it's like 18 to 20 inches long, if not longer. And I gave him a call on it because I want to get rid of that. that's the last of the wood that's over there, but I don't want to bring it over here and I have to unload it and then load it back up and do that, you know, all that extra work. So I called him up, and then he's like, "Oh, I forgot to call you last week. We're out of firewood." I'm like, and then I was, you know, I'm like, "Well, I don't have any 16-inch pieces, and it's going to be more expensive." I go, "I'll cut you a deal on this stuff for $140. You can have a truckload of, you know, and a lot of it's limb wood, and some of it, it's like this big around, needs to be split, but it's an outdoor campground." And then they got an indoor building with 2 big fireplaces, but they can hold a lot, you know, real long pieces. But that's it for, you know, non-ash wood that I'm going to have. You know, I can't make other species of wood dry fast unless we find, you know, standing dead barkless, but there's no guarantee on that. So I told, he's now over there, they got a ton of ash trees right on their property. It's so easy. And I told, you know, normally I charge them $175 delivered for 16-inch pieces, you know, like an oversized truckload. I told him if Mike and I went over there, cut some of them trees down, them ash trees down, and processed it right on site, it'd probably take us, you know, no more than 2 hours, and I would charge them $120, you know, because there's no we're already at the delivery site, so there's like really no delivery fee. And I know we could do it fairly quick. There's a lot of easy ones out there, just really nice stuff. I just drool every time I go out there. But like I say, run by the government, the DNR. I call them the DNR Nazis. But, you know, because the rules, you can't cut anything down. You can't cut saplings down. You can't use a ATV to go in the woods to get the stuff. It's like, and why even do it? It's not worth it. So anyway, he's going to be buying from me. So now I got a sale today because I got to save that ash for the guys that are coming this weekend. So I thought you might get a kick out of that. Go back to the inventory video. So here's what I got left out here for my mom. Looks like she came out here this morning and loaded up the wheelbarrows with the scrap rejected pieces. So my brother and I, we could move this stuff up the house. Some of them might need to be hit with a maul. So that's for us. And right here, this is some semi-seasoned cherry that I got from Phil. Probably need a month or so at least to dry out here. He's got more blocks. I'd like to keep the driest of the dry right there. So, and back here, I wish I would have did this video a few days ago because all this was filled. Mike had filled this all up last week with stuff like this, and most of it's cut like 14 inches. What I call semi-seasoned. It's like almost 100% red oak. So that was full, and this was full. But when I delivered those 3 truckloads the other day, if you've seen the picture I posted, that took all this wood. This stuff I'm going to split right into my truck for a guy that burns a lot. You know, it'll take probably 3 or 4 months to dry, but he needs to get it soon so he can have it ready because he buys a lot from me in the wintertime. I think this wood stove is the only form of heat. Then you can see the guy, this row was all filled up. The guy paid for it, $700 for all this. And he picked it up on Sunday, except he left that rack, which I sent him a rebate check. He didn't even realize that was his. And over here, we're starting to build up for next summer. This is anything except ash, because it goes, you know, it's summer campfire wood. There's even some poplar in there. Some people call it poplar, but or popular. But I'm building that up. I'm hoping to, you know, build a wall in between here and here and fill this up and get like 25 truckloads in there before May. So that'll be a winter project for Mike. Then over here, this is all cherry. You know, my supplier Tom brought me a bunch of it. So it filled up this area. I'd say there's easily 2 oversized truckloads right in here. The restaurant that I sell to, you know, they buy an oversized truckload every 2 months, and they can have it be not seasoned because they have a propane heater. I've made a video on that, just look it up about delivering cherry firewood, and I show their smoker. So that's what I got up here. We gotta go for a little road trip. Where are we gonna set you guys? Because I gotta strap myself in with my ratchet strap. That's what keeps the door shut. Starts right up. See, and there's the mileage. And check engine light came on. It comes on and goes off periodically. I think she's fine. Ugh. I hope it stays right there. Kind of gotta adjust you so you don't fall. I don't like it when that happens. I call that a Brady West. Come on, Brady, you need to get your tablet fixed, or we miss your videos. I know Brad Bell misses them. All right, remember Mike came and bought all my boiler wood before he bought my brother's, so there's a pile right there. And then all this boiler wood from the last, forgot to strap myself in, doors open. Why don't you guys tell me that? You know what, I think we'll be fine. Just driving down here, so, you know, doors wide open. But it ain't gonna, you know, it ain't going any wider. So, I'm down here, and there's more boiler wood. You can see that. I might have between the two piles 1 truckload. You know, boiler wood is not something I concentrate on. It's basically my large rejects. I'm gonna stop down here, shut the truck off, go for a little walk. So Mike said he was gonna cut me some hickory on Tuesday when the weather was nice. But you can see this is empty. He needs to fill this up. He said that there was a tree next to his mom's house he could cut. But he played games on Tuesday, and then it rained the last 2 days. And then here's a little bit of the hickory that I got left from my last delivery. And then there's hickory rejects that my brother and I are going to have to load up and take up to the house. And then here's some hickory that we got from Gary's. But some of it looks pretty roached. A couple of pieces are okay. But I think the majority of it, you know, hickory doesn't last long. Those are rejected pieces. Although this one looks like it's good. I don't know. Oh well, I guess it has a little bit of rot on the other side. We'll take that up and burn it ourselves. So the place that doesn't buy shag bark, they'll take any kind of hickory, and all this would be here for them. And then whenever we get long cut stuff, like what I'll be selling today to the campground, basically looks like this type of stuff, except not that big. There are a couple pieces that probably could be split, but you know, hardly anybody wants long stuff. Then here's some more wood for our wood stove, and some pieces back in there. And then back here, this is where my green wood goes. And you can see this gaps in here, and the tire tracks from the utility company that had to go work on that transformer. I'm glad they just didn't push it over, throw it, make a big mess down here. I can live with that. And I'm just gonna leave this gap in here so they can get in here. There's enough, as you can see up behind the barn, there's enough area to store wood up there. And there's a little bit more wood for us. Oh boy, Zach called me yesterday, or texted me, and he's like, you wanna buy some pallets? I'm gonna buy some pallets. I got a bunch of pallets you can buy. I think I'm all set on pallets, Zach. You know, like I say, I'm a firewood producer, not a firewood dryer, and so I don't ever see me filling this area up again, you know. Unless they want to, you know, or I can build a pole barn down here, but I don't think the utility company would like that. Then we got a pile here of limb wood that my brother and I need to cut up for our stove. So, all right, I'm gonna go get my lottery ticket. So, wish me luck. Maybe I can win and then buy all new equipment that people keep telling me to buy. So that concludes it for this inventory video. We'll see you guys Sunday on my other channel for the next one. Have a good weekend.